Well, hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Louise Savage of Louise Savage Muses. If you haven't joined me before, really pleased that you're with me. If you're returning, that's just even better. So yeah, I've just retreated into this lovely room of books because we're off on holiday tomorrow. Travelling to Italy. I feel very, very, very lucky. And it's quite late in the evening and I've just washed my hair. I'm feeling quite dishevelled, but I've packed and it's just been a series of disasters. I've just managed to throw wine all over the floor. Fortunately, it was white wine. I felt like I needed a drink because although we're flying on Tuesday, which is where are we now? It's Sunday evening. I've still not managed to book our first lot of accommodation. A website that I've used for years, who've been really reliable, there's just been a series of disasters. So I think I'm on my 6th attempt and waiting for some lovely Italian person to get back to me. But the last one that fell through did make me giggle because the lady messaged me very apologetically saying that unfortunately one of the guests had broken the bathroom. I don't know what that even means. Well, I mean, I do know what it means, but I don't know in what way. And therefore they couldn't guarantee the room, the apartment would be ready for us in time. So it's just been one thing after the other. But anyway, first world problems, and I thought I'll retreat into this room and I will have a bit of peace and a glass of wine, which, as I've already said, I threw all over the floor. But for me, one of the best, the only really pleasurable part of packing is choosing my holiday reading. And I'm meeting up with Simon of Savage Reads, my son, during the course of the holiday. So I know that he will have lots of books, and we've tried to sort of make sure, I had a quick phone call earlier on today to make sure that we maximise our book capacity. But I have thoroughly enjoyed trawling my shelves to select these books. So anyway, here we go. So what have I got? So I have got Elizabeth Jane Howard, The Light Years. Now, I have never read anything by her before, but I'm a big fan of the Women's Prize, as many of you will know. And I love listening to their bookshelfy podcast where they interview well-known women and find out what their kind of desert island reads are, I suppose, the books that have influenced them. It's well worth a listen if you've not listened to it before. And Elizabeth Jane Howard's come up a few times, so I'm quite intrigued. And it's nice to have a mix, I find, when I go anywhere really, of contemporary and also fiction from the past. Now, I know very little about this. I'm just putting my big goggles on. I'll do my teacher thing. Every summer, brothers Hugh, Edward and Rupert Cazalet take their wives and children back to their childhood home in the heart of Sussex countryside. There they join their formidable parents and unmarried sister Rachel for 2 months of glorious sunlit days, full of childish games and picnics on the beach. I'm really looking forward to some childish games and picnics on the beach with Simon and Chris, my son and his husband, while we're away. However, not even this idyllic setting. I don't want to have any of this nonsense while I'm there. Can alleviate heartache, fear and loneliness. Ooh. So it compares it to Trollope. I love Anthony Trollope. Volume 1 of the Cazalet Chronicles. So I'm really hoping that I enjoy it, because then I'll have more to look forward to. So that's choice number 1. And Simon got quite excited actually when I mentioned the fact that I was planning on taking this with me. Then another favourite of mine, Nadeem Aslam, The Golden Legend. I've read quite a few novels by Nadeem. I think almost all of the ones they've done. And this is a Guardian and Spectator Book of the Year. So Nadeem is a writer who writes about the fiction's usually set in Pakistan, which is a country that I would absolutely love to go to. It's supposed to be stunningly beautiful, and obviously, you know, oh my goodness, I can't get my words out. I'm tired. It's all the stress of the packing and everything. Come on, Louise. Anyway, for weeks, someone has been broadcasting people's secrets from the minarets of the city's mosques, striking fear into the hearts of Christians and Muslims alike. Then, when shots ring out on the Grand Trunk Road, and Nargis's husband, Masood, a fellow architect, is caught in the crossfire, she's unable to confess to him her greatest secret before he dies. You see, it's great. One of Nadeem's novels has one of the best ever chase scenes I have ever read in a novel. I can't remember. I don't think it's it might be The Blind Man's Garden, actually. But anyway, yeah, I've used that chase scene sometimes to get students excited by writing. But it's absolutely superb. Anyway, I'm really, really, really looking forward to this one. Next on the list, American Spy. I know this was one of Barack Obama's chosen books. He always does a list of books he recommends, I think, usually at the beginning of every year. And this is, as it suggests, a spy story set in the Cold War. One of the things that's been putting me off reading it, I can't lie, I bought this a while ago, is that the font is very, very small. But I think while I'm on holiday, I'll probably cope with that all right. The cover, I really like the cover. It's quite sort of James Bondy, sort of sexy, I don't know. Set in 1986, features the story of Marie Mitchell, who's an intelligence officer with the FBI. Brilliant and talented. Just looks like a really interesting take on the Cold War, and I love a good thriller. I really love a good thriller, and I tend to watch them probably more than I read them. But anyway, I'm really looking forward to this one too. Next up is Delphi. I need something classical. In fact, I've got another classical thing coming up in a minute. So this is sexy, dark and dangerous, disturbed and disturbing in equal measure. What more could you want? So it's written by Clare Pollard, and yeah, I'm assuming it's going to be all about the Sibyl, perhaps the priestess, who performed acts of prophecy, was inspired by the god Apollo, up in the beautiful, beautiful on the slopes of Mount Parnassus, where Delphi is. If you've been lucky enough to ever go there, you will know that it's probably one of the most stunning places on earth. It just kind of hums. It's really beautiful. The ancient Greeks thought it was the belly button of the world, the omphalos of the world, because it's just a really magic place. I'm not a very spiritual person, but at Delphi, definitely there's something there. Okay, now very, very, very fortunate to have a copy of this. So this is Kiran Millwood Hargrave's latest novel, The Dance Tree. Beautiful cover. I love, love, love her writing. So I'm taking a favourite author with me. Tried and tested. I know it'll be good. This is Strasbourg, 1518. In the midst of a blisteringly hot summer, a lone woman begins to dance in the city square. She dances for days without pause or rest, and soon she's joined by hundreds of others. And it just sounds amazing. So I'm really looking forward to Kiran's latest. I have also, whoops, sorry, I'm losing these. Don't want to send them flying. I've also got another classical based novel here, Law. It's a YA novel, whatever that means. I mean, you know, if you want to read it, read it. Hunt or Be Hunted. It's modern day New York. Murderous game is about to begin. It almost sounds a bit like, what's it called? Hunger Games, but with a kind of classical bent. And I absolutely love this Medusa image. I don't know if you can see on the front of the novel. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Law by Alexandra Bracken. And I think that's probably going to be one that I read quite quickly. Yes. Now, this is wonderful. This is one that I picked up at the lovely Harris and Harris. In fact, I picked Laura up there as well. So you might have heard me babbling on about this before. But it's a grand tour of the Roman Empire, and I kind of felt I ought to kick off by reading this. There is some reference to the parts of Italy that we're going to. So we're heading to Lazio, which I absolutely adore. If you go to Rome, try and go into Lazio as well. Because it's just stunning, and I've been north, south, east, west Lazio, and I just love it. In fact, my husband and I did contemplate moving there for quite some time. Unfortunately, he's not really well enough now. But anyway, so this is written by a guy called Jerry Toner, who poses as Marcus Sidonius Falx, or maybe I should say it the other way around. But it's kind of a sort of really entertaining take on the ancient world. I've already read one book by him or them, or I don't know, the Roman and the contemporary British. I think he's British, might not be actually, I've made an assumption there. But anyway, the other book was called How to Be a Slave. No, How to Manage Your Slaves. And Marcus Sidonius Falx fills us in on how to go about that. So I feel like if I ever time travel back to ancient Rome, I know exactly how to manage my slaves, always assuming that I appear in ancient Rome as a wealthy male citizen who has slaves, because obviously I might travel back in time and appear as a slave myself. That would sort me out, wouldn't it? And finally, if I've got room, I've got this selection of short stories called Rome Tales. Again, it's a beautiful book, look. Really nice photograph on the front. I don't know where... Oh, well, it's got the Colosseum there. Yeah, of course, just right here. So yes, Rome Tales, stories translated by Hugh Shankland. Just a really nice, lovely, glossy covered selection of short stories, which are, I presume, all set in Rome. It's a series. There's Paris Tales, there's French Tales, there's Berlin Tales. So yeah, an OUP book, and I will take that with me. And I think that's probably going to be as much as I can carry, to be quite honest, because we are going hold luggage. No, what do I mean? Cabin luggage only, not hold luggage. So, we can't take too much stuff. And I might, if I'm lucky, fob a few off on my husband and ask him. I will ask him nicely if he would mind putting some of these in his bag. He will have a few books of his own, but I think there are a few here, particularly The American Spy, that he may well enjoy too. So anyway, there we go. The glasses can come off now and I can look at you all properly. Yeah, I'll see you on the other side. I think Simon and I are hoping to do a little bit of vlogging while we're out there. We're also almost ready to share our Women's Prize long list selections, and that's a real highlight of our year. So can't wait to do that, hopefully tomorrow. So yeah, take care everybody, and as I say, I know I hope you don't feel I'm whinging about the fact that I'm going on holiday, because I do feel incredibly lucky to be doing it. Yeah, I do hope that you're all off to have some rest and relaxation over the Easter period. Yeah, take care everybody, and speak to you soon. Bye.